Fiscal Cliff crisis is over tonight after last-minute marathon sessions in Congress produce a hard-fought agreement now going to the president for signature. Northwood University president and political expert Tom Duncan's here live to break it all down. Doctor, thank you for being with us.
Nice
Happy New Year.
I
want to put up a full screen as we look at some of the takeaways here. And one of them is that Republicans and Democrats, you feel, both get something from the deal. We hear a lot of that on the Hill. Then that elections matter and that really this doesn't end the debate. Let's begin with what both sides get or don't get from the deal.
Well, I think the Democrats clearly got some tax increases. They've been wanting tax increases. The president was quite vocal about that during the campaign, that he wanted to tax people above really $250,000.
Right.
He got some of that. He got it above $450,000
right.
for couples, so he got that. Republicans were able to keep the Bush tax cuts and make them permanent for
right.
people below that number,
right.
and that was probably a win for them.
Which both sides said they wanted to do. Elections matter. Many argue that the Democrats, led by the president, of course, in the end had Republicans in a pickle where they had no maneuver room unless they wanted the nation to go over a cliff where we'd be feeling the impact right away on the economy.
Sure. The Democratic Party controls 2/3 of the federal government, the presidency and the Senate. And had Mitt Romney been elected, the Republicans would have controlled 2/3 after the inauguration. And that would have put them in a stronger position to probably get more spending cuts.
Kind of left unsaid here till the very end. A lot of people weren't aware of it, though. And I want to ask you how much backlash from the fact that the payroll tax ends, and for middle-class Americans, say someone making $50,000 a year, that's $1,000 extra taken away from them out of their paychecks
right.
this year to help fund Social Security. Do you think there'll be blowback from that in the coming weeks?
Well, I think people see their paychecks. They're going to see less money than they probably expected. I think a lot of people sort of forgot about the fact that 2 years ago that both parties agreed to give everybody a 2% reduction because of the bad economic times. Now that's coming back, and really it's going to hit everybody across the board.
Your final takeaway that everybody's talking about, this does not end the debate, and boy doesn't it. We're looking at deficit fights, we're looking at budget cuts that could go in effect, a debt ceiling. Talk about the battles ahead and what they mean to my pocketbook, to the people watching. What does it mean to their pocketbooks if these issues don't get settled?
Well, if they don't get settled, if you don't have a debt increase, the debt ceiling increase, what's going to happen is we're going to default. And that was the problem in 2011. That makes interest rates go up, the cost of borrowing go up, and that's going to make our deficit even worse. However, if spending isn't cut, then our deficit also is going to be increased.
Bottom line is, for the worker out there watching this, their boss, their company's less likely to invest and spend in people and materiel when they don't know what's going on with the budget, the debt, the deficit, interest rates, long haul that could be impacted. Is that a fair way of looking at it?
I think so. I think businesses like certainty. And right now we have a little bit of certainty, but not total certainty. And I think they would be in better shape to make decisions if we knew where the spending was going to be and also the debt limits.
Dr. Tom Duncan, Northwood University president, thank you for being with us. Only the beginning of a long, tough chapter this year on the budget. Right now on WPTV.com, we have a full breakdown of the Fiscal Cliff deal and the specifics of the plan. Just click the Scene on 5 section.